Today's video is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. If you're looking to get one of the hottest new PC games that's available right now, or just looking to get an older game that you've always had your eye on, Green Man Gaming is the place to check first. Right now, they have a great sale going on. You can get an extra 20% off by using the code PAYDAY20. If you're interested and you want to help us out here on my channel, make sure you click that link down below in the video's description and head over to Green Man Gaming. Get your game on today. Alright, let's head on to today's videos. Hey there everybody, Shadow Phoenix here. Welcome back to another Planet Coaster video. We are here today because it's the weekend and we're in Crystal Gardens. For those who watched last weekend's Crystal Gardens episode, yes, it was Easter, but it was also April Fool's. So yeah, I don't do coasters like that. I never have and I never will. I try to always make my coasters as realistic as possible. For those who were expecting me to maybe start doing that, sorry to burst your bubble, but yeah, that's just not how we roll here on my channel at all. For those who got the joke, congrats. Yeah, I mean, I did try to make it as clear as possible, you know, with the 401, you know, 401 foot tall. So yeah, but that was last weekend. This is this weekend. So this weekend we are actually I guess technically this would be the official video, while last weekend's was not. But I did want to do something for April Fool's, and I thought that would be kind of, you know, a fun kind of, not really crossroads, but just like a fun kind of junction, I guess, to kind of take things a little bit. So yeah, sorry to, you know, like pull a fast one on you guys if I did, but yeah, I'm just having a little bit of fun for April Fool's. So this weekend we are back, and we are over here on the western side of the park, and depending on which way you're facing, but if you're facing the entrance, this would be the western side of the park. And it's actually the western because of two reasons. We are starting development here in the next section of the park, which is kind of a Frontiersville kind of western section. And the first ride, of course, that we will be doing is a Log FLume, and I wanted to do something along the lines of a kind of a compact kind of Log FLume. And I got the idea for this one. The inspiration came from one of my favorites, and of course my home park, once again, Kings Island. So we're going back to, Kings Island actually had two of the Log FLumes. They had the regular Log FLume, and then they had Keaton's Keelboat Canal, which was like a bigger Log FLume, more kind of a splash down kind of ride before the big flumes were actually invented. But it was quite tall, and it was, you know, a fun little ride, and kind of meandered back through the forest and back in. While the actual regular Log FLume, which is now been renamed, if you want to look it up, it's actually still in existence at Kings Island, though it has went through a couple of alterations over the years as far as paint jobs and theming and stuff. It was originally called Kings Mill Log FLume, and then it was redesigned as, I think, Rugrats, and then now it's like Snoopy, so it's like Race for Your Life Charlie Brown, which is kind of an odd like theme for this Log FLume. I don't quite understand why they did that, but yeah. So yeah, I took a few inspirations and stuff from that, as far as just a very compact ride that fit in a very small spot. The actual entrance and the building, like the Q building and everything, was also designed after a little bit like that as well. And I wanted it to be kind of just like one big building. And then once you get out, like once you go up in the lift hill and you got outside of it, then it would kind of go back a little bit and kind of, you know, go through a couple of turns before the drop, and then you would go back into the station again. So it's short, it's quite fun. And I really liked how the actual entrance and the station building actually came out quite well as well. Like I said, I tried to design it as kind of a log building, like a lumber mill kind of building, as typically you would do with these kinds of things. We even gave it its own little water mill on the side, which we'll get to. So the idea here was, you know, like I said, log mill or saw mill without the saws, of course. And you would come out of the, like once you boarded then you would come out and kind of go around the curve a little bit, and then you would hit the lift hill. And the lift hill went up over top of the station, and for that I wanted to kind of give it its own little feel as well. So really I thought the best thing to do for that was to do a custom wall all the way up the side of it, which we'll get to here in a minute. You'll see me kind of working on that, I think. But as far as the actual building kind of came out, everything was just kind of coming together quite easily for this. It took me about 3 hours to build all of this, not counting the actual flume itself. The flume, getting designed for the flume, the hardest part was getting the angles and stuff and having everything line up. Other than that, the actual design was quite easy. Didn't have a whole lot to kind of work with. You know, it's a small spot. We had this little lake right there, or pond next to it, that I wanted to work in. We also had the train station that was enclosing us as well, so I had to work within the train line and the station and this little pond. So all of that kind of had to work together and give us a small space. So it was kind of like, I guess you could say I worked myself into a corner, but really in this particular instance it worked out quite well because it helped to come up with a design for the entire thing. So yeah, there's that. The entrances there, as you can see, I kind of put the entrance and the exit right next to each other. I really liked how that came out as well, because you got some interesting architecture styles there that kind of worked. We went with tin roofing there, or metal roofing for most of it, and wood on the sides. I also painted it a couple different colors as well. By the end you should see that as well. So yeah, not a whole lot to actually talk about with this, because again, it was a very simple layout and everything. So I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of the inspiration and stuff behind it, which was, you know, like I said, the King's Mill log flume. Anybody familiar with Kings Island would, of course, you know, remember that if you're as old as I am. If you're not as old as I am, like I said, it's now the Charlie Brown one, so you can kind of take a ride on it. It still exists. Interestingly enough, back in the day, it was listed as a family ride. Now it's actually listed as a kids ride. So yeah, I mean, it's still got a drop and everything. I don't know why it's listed as a kids ride, but sure, whatever. The drop itself isn't that tall, and it's the same for this one. It's not a huge ride or anything like that, but I would say this is more of a family water ride than it is a kid ride. So I won't be retheming this to like Hanna-Barbera characters or Snoopy or anything like that, for sure. I did have to separate a lot of the building pieces from each other and kind of make a lot of separate buildings in order to get everything kind of to work. There was a lot of pieces that just didn't want to kind of fit for what I needed. So I had to kind of work within that as well, and I had to put like walls within walls and separate buildings from other buildings to kind of get the right angles and the right sizes and get everything to fit. I ended up doing this interesting little kind of, for the entrance and the queue line, kind of this walkway. I even also put out this kind of patio kind of area off to the side of it as well, and we kind of gave it yeah, there we go, kind of right there. So I was thinking about a tower. Oh God, I don't even remember. I was thinking I didn't even keep that, but I did put out, yeah, like a little like patio area right there over top of it, and just kind of a 4-meter angled roof right there over top of it. Kind of push it out a little bit, and there we go. Hopefully, I think this video shows me actually doing the custom wall up the side of it, but what I did was I used driftwood. I like to use the driftwood to make these old wooden walls and stuff with, because it looks very rickety, and that was kind of what I was going for. I could have used planks, but the planks look a little newer, like the wood looks newer, and the driftwood looks older, so that's why I like to use the driftwood. And again, I don't even remember if this video actually shows that or not. I didn't give it much of a glance over before I started recording, because I am running late with this video this weekend. I have been working all weekend long on the collab park between me, Beyond You 89, and Hard Punk Core. we're all three working on our own kind of collaboration park, and it was mine for a little bit here, and I've been procrastinating with it because I've been working on my YouTube videos and everything else, and I really needed to get it done because, you know, they're kind of waiting on me. So I took some time the last couple of days and worked on that. And now I also have my streaming and stuff that I do as well, so it's really hard to kind of work on all my projects and stuff that I need to get done within time. And you would think it would be easier considering I'm not actually working and I have all this time and stuff during the day, but no, it takes a lot of time to do these videos and stuff because I only have one computer, and when I'm rendering videos I cannot use that computer for anything else. Even though it is a pretty massive system, it's still, you know, in order to render the videos, it still takes all of that power, which means I can't play other games or do anything. I can't record it while I'm making a video or anything like that. I have to just let it kind of do its thing and wait for it to finish. I have started using Vegas 15 though, which uses Vegas 15 is different than Vegas 13 and 14, or 13, which was the last one I was using. The previous version didn't let you use the new NVIDIA cards to render with. The newer version does. It still has some issues though, as far as like previewing and stuff. You can't really see the transitions. The preview window kind of sucks, but yeah. Alright, so here I am. You can kind of see me now working on the... yes, perfect. I was hoping this would do that. Was it the driftwood that I used, or did I use... Yeah, driftwood. I thought I used driftwood. I think I used a combination maybe of driftwood and planks, but looks like I pretty much used just driftwood. And the way you do that is you put a couple down, and then you twist a couple of them around so you don't have the same angle and stuff at the same, you know. So turn it and put it down. You can also change the colors on them, like individually go in and change specific colors. That way it has, you know, they don't all look identical, and you don't want it to look identical. You want to, when you're doing something like this, you want to go in and like grab a couple of pieces and change them to a little darker or a little lighter colors, and just to make it work. And yeah, so I think I've talked about pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about today. And you know, I just did want to say one more time that I do apologize for not getting this video out yesterday. I also apologize for no park news video this week, which means next Friday's will be quite large because we'll have 2 weeks of stuff to go over. I was planning on putting it out yesterday, but again, I've been working on the collab park and it's just taking all my time, as well as, you know, I need to do this for the Crystal Gardens this weekend as well. And that is pretty much everything I've been working on, other than a couple other things which you guys will see this week. I don't know when the first episode of the collab park is going to be out. It should be soon. We're talking about maybe recording tomorrow, maybe. It depends on how things turn out. So, but that is what's going on in the life of Shadow Phoenix right now at the moment. If you are interested, you can always catch my streams, which are every day but Sundays and Mondays. Sundays and Mondays I do not stream because I take the time to work on videos and stuff for the week and do other things and stuff, and just kind of a little bit of time to myself. But Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays I do stream, typically from maybe 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock, and I may start anywhere between those times, up until around 10ish to 11ish is the plan currently. And I know I'm always changing that around, and it's very hard to catch me because I don't have any like set times. But it is hard to kind of figure out what I'm just doing just yet, because sometimes I may be working on videos a little later in the evening, or sometimes other things happen. And there's just been a lot of changes here lately. Like I did have one set schedule that I was working with, and then I decided that I just, you know, wasn't making enough at the job that I was working, because I was working part-time. So I was just like, you know, what I'm making here I could easily make, you know, without working, you know, so why am I doing this? And they didn't want to really offer me any more hours, didn't really want to work with me, and I hadn't seen my daughter in like half a year so far. I haven't seen her since like, well, I got to see her on Easter weekend, but I hadn't seen her before that since like Christmas or the first of the year. I think it was like around New Year's. So I did get to see her for Easter, which was pretty cool. And yeah, there was a lot of things of just like, I don't know why I loved the job, but I couldn't get the hours and the pay wasn't that great, so I just decided, I can just do, something else. I mean, I'm only making $400 a month at this job, so there are better things out there, and I figured, you know what, if I'm only going to be making $400, why don't I just keep putting all my time into these videos and stuff and just go full-time into this. So that's the plan for now. We're going to try doing full-time, YouTube and streaming and see how things kind of work out. But so far so good. I'm still worried about it, and money is still an issue, but hopefully with the support of all my fans and stuff out there, we're still growing. I've almost got 800 subscribers. I've also almost got my 4,000 hours of watch time, so I can get back to getting my partnership back, which is great. I'll probably hit the 4,000 watch hours before I actually hit the 1,000 subscribers I need. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I very, very much appreciate it. You have no idea how much it helps. That alone, even if you don't have money to donate, even if you don't have money for Patreon or anything like that, there are still so many other ways you can support me through my channel, and one of those is just subscribe and watch my videos. That's all you gotta do. Just do that for me, and it's highly appreciated. Alright, so we are coming up on the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little view here, this time-lapse build of our little Log FLume. It doesn't actually have a name, it's just the Log FLume in the park. And you will get a showcase here in just a moment. And we're not a POV, of course, but you'll be able to actually see what everything kind of looks like currently. And I can't wait to show that off to you. So guys, catch me tomorrow with an all-new video here on my channel. I am heading out of here, and I will see you guys then. Until then, adios. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.